Uh, I don't stutter by repeating words, but I have more like blocks in my speech.
So I have blocks and I have repetitions, and sometimes they can be very long.
My stuttering is that I will repeat words and I will get blocks, and sometimes I will have movement on my face, like my mouth will move while I'm having stutter.
In my speech, I mostly experience blocks, and then there are all kind of secondary behaviors that are sort of tricks to avoid stuttering.
So I think you can describe my stutter by having blocks, and sometimes I have silent blocks, and sometimes I fill up the silence by making a certain sound, and I also tend to repeat letters a little bit.
I have a developmental like kind of stutter, which manifests in kind of blocks, as you can see.
Now, as an adult, I have more blocks in my speech, but when I was younger and as a child, I could have stuck in the letters. For example, I could have said like animal, but nowadays I don't have that so much.
I don't think that my stutter changed, or not my stutter itself, but more my attitude towards stuttering, and that means that I stutter maybe more frequently, but my stutter itself it's still the same.
My stuttering hasn't really changed over the years, but my stuttering is very seasonal, so I will have good and bad seasons. So like stuttering frequently and less at times.
I have learned all these tricks over time. So at one point I had a lot of tension while speaking. I felt like I had no control over my speaking.
So when I was a kid, I stuttered more openly, and I just repeated words. But once I became self-aware of my stutter, I started fighting it, and that's how I developed the blocks, I think.
I used to have kind of audible kind of prolongations at the start of my words, so I would go mum and stuff like that. However, as I got older, my blocks became kind of silent blocks instead, and I think that's as well when I developed kind of my secondary behaviour of my mouth kind of twitching as well.
Well, I'm getting more comfortable with my stuttering, but I still have a lot of work to do with my attitude towards my stuttering, but I'm in a right way with it.
Meeting other people who stutter helped me to see my stutter as a part of me, and to accept that I have a stutter and that it's fine to stutter.
Nowadays, I am really proud to have a stutter because thanks to it, I've found an amazing support group of friends and Stamily who have really helped me become the person I am today.
Nowadays, I try not to use these tricks anymore so much, which actually makes me to block more often. But these blocks are not so tense, so I can still speak and communicate.
So I think I'm getting more and more comfortable with my stutter, but yeah, it's still frustrating, of course. For example, when I have a silent block and people don't realize that I'm trying to speak. But yeah, and I also have to work on maintaining eye contact when I stutter. So yeah, but I'm getting better.
But nowadays, I'm a lot more like comfortable with my stammer, kind of, than I used to be. I don't mind as much like if I stutter, and I'm not as ashamed of my stutter. However, that's not to say that there aren't still a few times where it rears its head just when I don't want it to, and I'm really frustrated and really annoyed by it. But I think that's okay to feel sometimes. As long as overall I'm aware that it's okay to stutter. And I do believe that.
I want to eat. La 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 la. Okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
In my speech.
In my speech.
And sorry. Okay. And then I have a white.
I need to go out.
They are sort of tricks.
Can you stop? Okay.
And Stamily, who have really helped me become the person I am today.
Yeah, Stamily.